Welcome, welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. So excited to be with you today. My name is Reverend Kristen Kephart, and I am the spiritual director here. If you are a first-time visitor, I just want to let you know that we are a radically inclusive community, which means everyone is welcome. Everyone. We are also spiritually progressive. So if you are looking for something that isn't full of a lot of dogma or any dogma, Science of Mind might be for you. If you're looking for something that is spiritual and not religious, we are that too. And if you've been around for a long, long time, I welcome you, welcome you, welcome you with my heart. So please keep checking our website as we have updates. We have some classes that are coming up. All of it, or some of it, will be unveiled the beginning of this week. So just keep a watch out for the amazing things that are happening here at the center as we are pivoting and moving into what it is to be the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, especially in these times. Enjoy service. Today we have Kathleen Benjamin as our practitioner of the day, and Jennifer Russell and Michael Gale doing the music. There's 2 new songs that were written this week, which is amazing. It's a creative time. And after service, if you want to jump on Zoom, Kathleen Benjamin is hosting a 45-minute conversation get-together so we can all connect. So all of that information is provided in the chat for you, so you can just click on that link and join after service. Enjoy. It's lovely to be with you today.
Good morning. It's so wonderful to be with you today. My name is Jennifer Russell.
I'm Michael Gale.
And we're going to open up with this beautiful song, I'm Opening Up in Sweet Surrender. You ready?
Yes, sir.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, and just come into that beautiful open heart of yours right here and now, recognizing the divinity within, the beloved presence I am. I love you and I adore you. Oh, and let's just invite each other into our hearts this morning. Just seeing all of you right here in my heart. Please do the same. I see you. I recognize you. I'm so grateful for your presence in my life.
Greetings, Kathleen Benjamin here, your licensed spiritual practitioner at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I am so honored and so grateful to be your practitioner today. So now it's time for our affirmations. So please join me as we bring these words to life. I am one with divine intelligence, empowered by it as a point of creative power. As such, I claim harmony, acceptance, love for all through inclusion of diversity that delights my life. Beautiful. So let's say that aloud again. Ready? I am one with divine intelligence, empowered by it as a point of creative power. As such, I claim harmony, acceptance, love for all through inclusion of diversity that delights my life. Beautiful. So keep this with you during the week and just enliven it one more time. I am one with divine intelligence, empowered by it as a point of creative power. As such, I claim harmony, acceptance, love for all through inclusion of diversity that delights my life. Beautiful. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism as a path of law. We honor Taoism as a path of recognizing the perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Hinduism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the oneness of all religion. We honor New Thought as a path of healing and the power of the mind. We honor you. How grateful I am to be your practitioner today, to be able to speak this invocation for this service today. Very exciting. So thank you for this opportunity, knowing that I am being blessed by just being right here, right now. And thank you for joining us. As we take a moment and close our outer eye, we turn our attention inward. Inward to the Mother, Father presence of God, to that one power and that one source that is everywhere. That one source is the absolute source of my life. And I know that this too is the source of your life. That thing that birthed forth galaxies is the very source of our being. And I know that we are one with the one, that I am presence, that I am, you are. And we stand united in this field of awareness of our divine nature, of our true nature. We are one with the illumined light of God. We are one with divine order. We are one with balance and harmony. We are one with joy. How grateful I am to know the absolute truth that something wonderful is happening here. Just by us being here and recognizing our true nature, the world is being changed. This is vibrating out in the universe. And this unified field awareness is absolutely everywhere. And so I take this moment to bless this service, knowing that what is needed to be heard is heard here today, that Christian's message is the answer. It is the answer for what is being called forth in this moment. And so I send forth a blessing knowing that it is already happening in divine right order and in divine right perfection. And I send out a blessing for the brilliance and the harmony of the music, because these things will change us on a vibrational level. And so the harmonizing good of the universe is coming forth as the music, and the divine wisdom is being channeled through Kristen as this message today. And the message talk title today is One Love, One Heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Everybody, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Such a beautiful song. And so we know that today's service, today's music is all a blessing. And we know that we are that condition of receptivity that will allow us to have a greater experience of God as our lives. So get yourself ready for the blessing that is unfolding as this service today. And so I am so grateful to be right here, right now, to be present to the unfolding of your life, of my life, the unfolding of the life of God. And so I receive this blessing as I send it out. And I give high, great gratitude for this moment as I say thank you, thank you, thank you, God. What a blessing. What a joyous, joyous day. For this and so much more I am grateful. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Amen.
We have a new chant today. It's called It'll Be All Right. Sing along with us. It's really simple. We come together in one heart. We come together in one love. We come together in the light. We believe, we have faith, we declare it'll be all right. We come together in one heart. We come together in one love. We come together in the light. We believe,
lovely to be with you today. We are moving into August 2020, and our theme for the month is Inclusion in Action. And it's, to me, very fitting for the times. It's times to start being comfortable with being uncomfortable. As we all know, it's not comfortable to be uncomfortable. And yet we are being called to do so. So that's what we're going to be exploring today, and being in this place where getting together and feeling all right in the uncomfortableness. As a kid, and I've talked about it before, I was very, very curious, and I would go and meet anybody I could. I would leave my parent and the mall, at work, wherever I was taken, and I would go and start up conversations with people. And I've always felt in the cells of my body, completely through and through, that unity and coming together in oneness, coming together and respecting each other has always been at the core of who I am. And society or parenting or whatever, I put that to a side because I was told that, those are just dreams. And in those dreams, things won't manifest. I'm talking really young age. Anyway, I found this new quote. It's not a new quote, it's a new quote to me. And I've been just really sitting with it for about a month now. But today it seems fitting to share it. Throw your dreams into space like a kite, and you do not know what it will bring back. A new life, a new friend, a new love, a new country. And that just sings to my heart. The idea of that we can release our dreams, and even if it's uncomfortable, and get into this new world, or this new friend that we're bringing forth, or etc. To really get clear of what your values are, and to really get to understand who I am, and you get to understand who you are. And a lot of it is using spiritual practice. So, throwing these dreams, and that carried on probably through my mid-20s. And I remember being told that my ideas were great, but they could never come to fruition, etc. So it kind of just stifled me in a bit, which didn't last forever, because I'm back talking about what I feel is important. And a lot of these things, and I've been hearing lately, why is everybody forcing me to be politically correct? Like if you say a what you call a joke, and it includes, say, the Jewish banker, or the black man in jail, or I could go on and on and on. And it's not that it's politically correct, it's humanity awakening to its magnificence. Systemically, racism and this pushing down and feeling that some need to feel superior than others has really been the foundation in how our country has been. And I'm not harping on our country. I love America. I'm just pointing out these certain aspects of it. So we're going to start out with, going to talk about bias a little bit. So bias can be a preference. So if I prefer the color purple and you like red, that should be It's just a choice. I prefer this, you prefer that. I prefer ketchup, you prefer mustard. Okay, those are normal things. We don't shun somebody for liking mustard. There are some of you out there that shun people for liking Miracle Whip, but there we go. I'm just going to put that aside. Those are the best food mayo people that I know quite well. Anyway, these biases. And then we get to a place where when they, so those don't hurt anybody. We go to a place, though, if we have unconscious prejudices that have been formed in our mind that are just sitting there waiting for a situation to play out in front of you, and then your mind or your monkey mind reminds you of it. So some of them that have been ingrained in my head as a kid. Stay away from black men because they're no good and they're going to end up in jail. Asians always have really nice cars. I want to today keep these as my experience, so I'm not sharing somebody else's experience. Anyway, so there are times if I'm not consciously aware and actually watching what my mind is throwing forward, every once in a while I'll get a glimpse and it'll be like, oh, you know, that is so deeply ingrained in me, and yet I'm still working to get through it, and it takes practice. Another one would be anybody that wears red lipstick or earrings are ladies of the evening, which is funny. That's why I couldn't get my ears pierced until I was 12. And then what did that do? That caused me to go and get, I don't know, 12 piercings in my ear. So I've always had the don't tell me I can't do it. It doesn't seem right what you're saying. You know, that it is harmful, or you're speaking ill of another human being. So then I go do it anyway. Another one would be people with tattoos. People with tattoos are in gangs, and they ride motorcycles, which are in gangs, and gangs hurt people, and I might get hurt, and so you should stay away from one. Are you following along? Is it making sense? So it's all a whole bunch of nonsense that's not true. That whether I'm going to say it's collective consciousness. So all of our consciousness throwing these thoughts in our atmosphere, and then we as humans glob onto them and believe it at some level. And the practice here is to start recognizing those, not shaming yourself for those, and to let it go and raise consciousness. So that is, and just being an observer and watching how you react and respond to things. Being able to recognize the bias, and if you're not sure to engage in a book club. Also, our diversity commission through Centers for Spiritual Living offers workshops, and we've been posting those out in the newsletters as well. But to your part and move your foot forward and see what you can learn. A long time ago, when I was 20, I think I was 20, I was in Italy. I had gone to go to school over in England and Wales for a year. And I was traveling with a friend of mine. And it was during the time when Reagan was in office, and and then there was an issue with Libya. A friend and I decided it would be best for us to get on the train and head back to London, where we both were currently living. So we get on the train, and we're going for a couple hours, and then the person working the train comes, and he asks for our passports, and we both handed him over. Never had a problem before. Here I had a U.S. passport, and she had a British passport. And then he proceeded to, I'm going to use the word harass us for a good 15-20 minutes, with us stumbling with the language, because we both only knew a little Italian, enough to get by, or we thought we could get by. Anyway, he proceeded to rant that he felt I was the British citizen and she was an American, and that our passports were falsified, and he just went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And I was young. I couldn't figure out where he was going with it, so I ended up getting angry and defensive. And then when I finally figured out what he was trying to get at, I was even more frustrated, because I had never had an experience like that before. And my friend said, Kristen, or actually I was known as Chris back then, Chris, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's really not okay. And she went on to explain that her passport is British, but not everybody knows that, like, people from Brunei are also British. So her skin color was darker, and this man felt that he had this position of power to verbally take us through this thing that, only darker people, they don't come from Britain. They only come from the United States or wherever else. And it was a moment for me, because I held on to that and I was angry. And she said, it happens to me all the time. Happens to me all the time. And that's sad. And I'm not stepping on this boat to say, oh, I'm sorry for how everybody has ever been treated. Actually, I am. But I'm not being a martyr here with it. I just had never been exposed to that level of racism. I'll just call it what it is, that level of racism. And I was thinking about it last night, actually, and I'm like, well, is this even a good story? And what I've learned from it is that today it would be a teaching moment. Today I have, enough knowledge behind me and enough ways that I know how to communicate with people who have an opposite view of mine than I did then. But it was a training moment, and the training moment is a pretty spectacular one. To take the time to feel uncomfortable and work through it. Maybe not with the worker, but with my friend, to have gone into it a little deeper and understood and listened. It's really not, it's more of me listening to her day-to-day life experience and honoring her day-to-day life experience, and the places where it feels unfair or systematically racist, to learn how to become an ally, to learn how to make change. So that's where we're at. We're making change. So this idea of let's to get together and feel all right, coming together in unity. Ernest Holmes, from this thing called life. I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by that same imagination which scatters the moon beams across the waves and holds the force of nature in its grasp. We are that. We're guided and guarded by that. We are able to use that creativity, that imagination from that source. We are that. And we become that, and we work towards that to further our spiritual path and growth. Lastly, set an intention to be inclusion in action. Let your mind wander. Let the idea of throwing those dreams scattered into the universe to bring back something so beautiful and so unique that that increases your relationship with yourself, your relationship with spirit or the universe. You are that force that can make that happen. Your beliefs, and are they valid? And if they're valid, keep them. And if they're not, start going through the training to let it leave your consciousness. To leave your consciousness so it can free up the collective consciousness, and we can rise together in unity, in love, working in peace in a world that works for everyone. And it's a big job. It's a big, big job. And it starts with us as an individual, and we go from there. Or us as a community. And as a community, coming up with something that we can take to our larger community to express the importance of inclusion, or that we are inclusive. We talk about here that we're radically inclusive. And we are, until we all get in a room and someone or something comes in, and then all of a sudden we're uncomfortable, and then we want to push back. That is that's a human behavior, to push back. I'm saying ease that pushback and actually have a practice the pause exercise to practice going, before I push back, if I say I'm radically inclusive, let me breathe through this and work through it. Or I'm going to push back because I believe that's the right thing to do. I'm not telling you how to. This is your individual choice and decision on how you want to show up. So practice the pause. Pause before judging. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you'll later regret. So just take a pause. And your pause can be the word pause, or it can be I'm taking a deep breath. And if it's something that's really triggered you, take 3 deep breaths. Don't react, respond. Because we live in a world where we want it to be with love and kindness and respect. And I know that that is the way I roll, that's the way I walk through my life. And by continuing to practice these principles and practice with the tools, meditation, etc., that we are continually all doing our part to work towards a world that works for everyone. Join me in prayer. Let's put our feet on the ground. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, which I just realized my cup matches the wall. That wasn't planned. Just take a deep breath with me. So we are to come together today. We come together in inclusion, in action, recognizing that when we come together, amazing things happen. So firstly, I recognize the presence, the only thing that there is, the universe, that powerful presence, spirit. And I recognize its imagination, the love, all the characteristics from it. That it created us in likeness but not sameness. And this morning, I just wrapped my hands around that, my arms around that, and I am so grateful for our not sameness. So grateful. So I know for everyone today, as we step into this practice of becoming the observer of our thoughts, that we are a powerful community, and we recognize and take the time to understand our biases and listen to others who want to talk about the same subject, and that there's no shame, and our goal is no harm. So in that beauty and in that conscious effort that we work together in unity with one heart, one love, that in itself changes the world. Changes the world. So in gratitude, I simply release these words into the law, knowing that the universe says yes. And I put one foot in the front of the other, and I begin this work, this incredible work of being inclusive and getting out of the way of my old thoughts and opening up a world and understanding our differences and celebrating our differences, and doing that as a community, as one with the one. And with that, I just simply let these words go as we step out into this adventure by ourselves and as a community, one step at a time. And together we say, and so it is. Blessings, everybody.
I am so grateful for my relationship right now with the Ascended Master Jesus. It's so very different than the one I had as a child, as a missionary kid. And this beautiful passage came through the I Am Discourses, and I put it to music. So this is from Yeshua to you and to me. With my love, I unfold you. With my light, I yourselves and your world, and may you arrive in joy. With my love, I enfold you. With my light, I clothe you. With my energy, I sustain you, that you may go fearlessly on your quest for happiness and the perfecting of yourselves and your world, and may you arrive in joy. With my love, I unfold you. With my light, I clothe you. With my energy, I sustain you, that you may go fearlessly on your quest for happiness and the perfecting of yourselves and your world, and may you arrive in joy.
Now it's time for conscious giving. This week, I just realized that something that I used to have as a very important part of my giving and receiving was blessing. And for whatever reason, I have forgotten. And I am bringing it back, bringing the blessing back, or bringing the sexy back, but bringing the blessing back. A little takeoff of Justin Timberlake. Anyway, that of how important it is, as we all understand the law of giving and receiving, that blessing is. And so when I am purchasing something, whether it be through a drive-through, on a credit card, through Amazon, tithing, text to tithe, however I'm moving my abundance around, or that it's coming in, but in this case that it's going out, that I remember to bless it, to consciously have it in my mind and say, thank you, Spirit, and feel that energy that exists and is all around, and how grateful I am that I get to participate in this law consciously. So if you have a gift to give today, please hold that amount in your head, and with me, blow that amount in your hand. And join me in saying, this gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy and confidence and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving, as I now share my good with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Also on the screen are multiple ways that you can donate and give to the center. If you have any questions, please call the office at 805-484-1137. Thank you again. Well,
Please join us in singing Unity Brings Peace.
I am connected to everything. I am connected to everybody. I am a part of God's universe. I am a member of humanity. Unity brings peace. Unity brings harmony. Unity is powerful. It creates beauty from diversity. Unity starts with my own family. The joy of one is the joy of all. The tears of one are the tears of all. The honor of one is the honor of all. Unity brings peace. Unity brings harmony. Unity is powerful. It creates beauty from diversity. The power of unity solves conflicts. Let's listen to each other and find solutions like instruments in an orchestra. We blend in harmony and unison. Unity brings peace. Unity brings harmony. Unity is powerful. It creates beauty from diversity. It creates beauty from diversity.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I want to thank you, Reverend Kristen, for that powerful message. Thank you, Kathleen, for grounding us in that practitioner consciousness and prayer. And thank you, Michael, for being the guitar guy. So wonderful to have you here with me every Sunday. And thank you, Ricky Beebe, for writing this beautiful song. We're going to end with Blessed Always.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surrounds us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed